Bonjour à tous. Bonjour, chers actionnaires. Je me présente Christopher Cole, Président du Conseil d'Administration de WSP. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2026 Annual Shareholder Meeting of WSP. Again this year, we are happy to hold today's meeting in a hybrid format, giving shareholders the option to participate either in person or virtually via live webcast. I will introduce our speakers. Alexandre Leroux, President and Chief Executive Officer of WSP. Alain Michel, Chief Financial Officer of WSP. And Joël El Fahali, Corporate Secretary and Deputy General Counsel of WSP. Also joining us today are the following board members of WSP. Martine Ferland, Pascal Sarish, Linda Smith-Gallipo, Mackie Tail, Eric Lamar, and Claude Tessier. I would like to provide you with some general remarks on the conduct of this meeting. As always, the meeting will be conducted in both English and French. You may choose to follow the meeting in the bilingual format presented in English only or in French only. And as we offer simultaneous translation for in-person and remote participants, also questions may be submitted in either language. The meeting agenda contains 5 matters to be voted on during the business part of the meeting, as set out in the Corporation's Management Information Circular dated March 20th, 2026. At the meeting, shareholders will 1. Receive the audited consolidated financial statements of WSP for the year ending December 31st, 2025, and the independent auditor's report thereof. 2. Elect each of the directors and nominees who will serve until the end of the next annual meeting of shareholders or until their successors are appointed. And 3. Appoint the independent auditor of WSP for the forthcoming year and authorize the directors to fix their remuneration. 4. Consider a non-binding advisory resolution on the corporation's approach to executive compensation. 5. Consider such other business, if any, that may have properly come before the meeting. Please note that we have until 12 p.m. Eastern Time to conclude all matters on today's agenda. We will begin with the formal part of the meeting, followed by brief presentations by our CEO and our CFO, and conclude with a question period. Please note that you will be able to vote on each matter throughout the formal part of the meeting by using the voting device if you are present in the room, or on the left side of your screen if you are participating through the webcast. After we complete the formal business, the polls will close. If you have voted your shares prior to the start of the meeting, your vote has been received by the corporation scrutineers, and there is no need to vote these shares during the meeting unless you wish to revoke or change your vote. Duly identified registered shareholders and proxy holders can submit their questions at any time during the meeting by entering them in the appropriate tab on the webcast platform or through the voting device. Please note, however, that questions pertaining to any item of business conducted at the meeting will be read aloud at the time such item is presented. All other general questions, including any questions relating to the annual financial statements of the company, will be addressed during the question period at the end of the meeting. If we receive similar questions through the web portal, we will combine them into one question. If you are attending our meeting in person and would like to ask a question verbally, kindly proceed to the microphone in the centre of the room when we open the floor for questions. Please ensure that you identify yourself as a registered shareholder or proxy holder before proceeding with your question. If you were not identified as a registered shareholder or proxy holder and would like to ask a question, please access the registration table at the entrance to the room. Any questions that we do not answer during the time available will be addressed at our company website at WSP.com in the 2026 Annual Meeting of Shareholders page that can be found in the Investor section. To hold the formal part of the meeting in French, I've asked Alexander to chair that part of the Annual Shareholder Meeting. Before I ask Alex to come forward, I would like to share a few reflections as your chairman. It's a pleasure to address you today as we look back on 2025 and the path ahead. As the first year of a new strategic cycle, 2025, we set a strong tone. The results delivered by our teams show a business operating with technical and commercial expertise, discipline, confidence, and real momentum. This was achieved against a complex global backdrop, one that continues to influence our world today. Yet no matter the challenges, the work our people, our visionaries, do remains essential to the well-being of communities everywhere. The need to future-proof the world's assets persists for our clients and our society at large. Across safe transport networks, reliable energy and water systems, health, education, and resilient digital infrastructures. This is our mandate. This enduring demand is driven by long-term global trends that fuel our purpose and keep our expertise relevant. It also helps guide where we invest to further strengthen our capabilities. With experienced leadership and local teams rooted in their markets, our financial and operational performance in 2025 reflects our ability to adapt and grow without losing focus. Above all, it is the effectiveness of management and the skill and commitment of our people that turn strategy into action day in and day out. From the board's perspective, we stay closely engaged on strategy, performance, capital allocation, and risk, knowing when to lean in and when to hold a steady course, always from a perspective of support and challenge. In doing so, the board and management have remained attentive to the broader geopolitical context, including ongoing developments in the Middle East, where we have a clear focus on our people and the community and continuity of our operations. The board is also mindful of the fast-changing world of technology and its impact, and we continue to invest and support the growing scale and complexity of our work, undertaken across the business to meet the client's needs throughout the world. We also made acquisitions. We made acquisitions such as Ricardo, recently TRC, that added strength in areas of critical importance to our clients, including advisory, the energy transition sector, water solutions, and infrastructure. The board itself has continued to evolve alongside WSP's ambitions. We were pleased to welcome Pascal Cerise, who is standing for election today and has joined the Governance, Ethics and Compensation Committee, and Eric Lamar, who was elected by shareholders last year and serves on our audit committee, now chaired by Claude Tessier. Their experience brings added depth in areas central to our strategy, including digital and AI, advanced manufacturing, defence, mission-critical facilities, advisory, and international operations worldwide generally. I would like to thank all my colleagues on the board for their insight, sound judgment, strong engagement as we continue to elevate what matters most for WSP's future. Our collective commitment to ethical leadership, sustainability and responsible corporate citizenship is unwavering. It shapes how we steward the company for the long term on behalf of our people, our clients and our shareholders. Looking ahead, we are now firmly into the second year of our strategic cycle and building on solid momentum. The board has strong confidence in WSP's executive team and the strategic direction, and we will maintain a steady focus on enabling disciplined growth, thoughtful capital decisions, and long-term value creation for our shareholders. We remain vigilant and forward-looking, assured that WSP's breadth of expertise, financial strength, and global scale position the company to navigate uncertainty, capture opportunity, and continue partnering with clients to help deliver better outcomes for the communities in which we serve. So before I conclude, I would like to recognise two important milestones. Last month, WSP will mark 20 years as a publicly traded company, 2 decades on from our initial public offering. And this October will be 10 years since Alexander became our President and Chief Executive Officer. I have had the pleasure of working closely with Alex throughout that decade of his leadership, and I've seen firsthand the clarity of his thinking, his ambition, his vision, and the strength of his leadership. During his tenure, WSP has expanded significantly in scale, capability, and worldwide recognition, becoming one of the world's leading professional services companies, with a presence and expertise that position us exceptionally well for long-term success. I know I speak for the entire board, and I suspect for many of you here as well, in congratulating Alex in his upcoming anniversary and thanking him for his remarkable contribution to WSP's growth and transformation. We look forward to continued success, whatever the challenges and opportunities. In closing, I want to express our sincere gratitude to the entire WSP community, all our employees, our clients, our shareholders, and all other partners. Your trust and support underpin our ongoing success. We look ahead with confidence, and we do so together. Thank you. Merci.
Chris, thank you for your kind words and steadfast partnership throughout the years. It is a privilege to serve as President and CEO, and I'm inspired to continue building WSP's success alongside you, our board, and our exceptional team. Now on to the formal part of the meeting. Bonjour, Mesdames, Messieurs. L'Assemblée annuelle des actionnaires de WSP est maintenant ouverte. À la demande du président du Conseil, j'agirai à titre de président de la partie formelle de cette Assemblée. Joël L. Fégali, secrétaire corporatif de WSP, agira à titre de secrétaire de l'Assemblée et s'assurera que les procédures soient convenablement suivies et documentées. Nous allons maintenant passer aux procédures de l'Assemblée. Pour votre information, les représentants de CompuShare agiront à titre de scrutateurs pour les fins de cette Assemblée. Leur rôle est de procéder au dépouillement des votes reçus par procuration et ceux exprimés durant la présente Assemblée. Je demanderai maintenant à Joël L. Fégali, secrétaire de cette Assemblée, de nous confirmer si toutes les procédures requises ont été suivies pour déclarer cette Assemblée dûment constituée afin de traiter de toutes les affaires pour lesquelles elle a été convoquée.
Merci Alexandre. J'ai reçu une confirmation des scrutateurs que tous les actionnaires habilités à recevoir une copie de l'avis de convocation à l'Assemblée annuelle des actionnaires de WSP et de disponibilité des documents de procuration et du formulaire de procuration en date du 20 mars 2026, soit la date de référence, les ont bien reçus. Des états financiers consolidés audités de WSP pour l'exercice clos le 31 décembre 2025 ont été envoyés aux propriétaires véritables d'actions ordinaires qui en ont fait la demande expresse et ont été mis à la disposition de tous les actionnaires via CEDAR Plus et sur notre site Web. Comme le permettent les autorités canadiennes en valeurs mobilières, la Société s'est prévalue des procédures de notification et d'accès pour remettre aux actionnaires inscrits et non inscrits la circulaire relative à l'Assemblée et les autres documents reliés aux procurations, ainsi que les états financiers consolidés audités de la Société pour l'exercice clos le 31 décembre 2025, le rapport de l'auditeur indépendant et afférent et le rapport de gestion connexe. L'avis de convocation contient donc les renseignements requis sur la façon de se procurer en ligne ces documents, ainsi que la manière d'en demander un exemplaire imprimé. De plus, une copie de tous ces documents, de même que l'affidavit confirmant l'envoi aux actionnaires, seront conservés dans les registres de WSP. Les scrutateurs ont également la liste des actionnaires de la Société en date du 20 mars 2026, soit la date de référence servant à déterminer les actionnaires habilités à voter à l'Assemblée. Les actionnaires qui le souhaitent peuvent prendre connaissance de la liste lors de l'Assemblée ou en nous envoyant un courriel à l'adresse électronique qui est indiquée sur la présentation à l'écran devant vous. Avant le commencement de cette Assemblée, les scrutateurs m'ont informé du nombre d'inscriptions d'actionnaires et de procurations reçues, et sur cette base, je confirme qu'il y a quorum pour l'Assemblée. Le rapport des scrutateurs sera également versé au procès-verbal de l'Assemblée d'aujourd'hui. En conséquence, je déclare que cette Assemblée a été régulièrement convoquée et est dûment constituée afin de traiter de toutes les affaires pour lesquelles elle a été convoquée.
Merci Joël. Je vais maintenant déposer les états financiers consolidés audités de WSP pour l'exercice clos le 31 décembre 2025. Ces états financiers sont accompagnés du rapport de l'auditeur indépendant. Un exemplaire du rapport annuel 2025 a été envoyé aux actionnaires qui l'ont demandé. Comme vous avez eu l'occasion de prendre connaissance, je demanderai à la secrétaire de l'Assemblée de joindre au procès-verbal de cette Assemblée le rapport annuel incluant les états financiers consolidés audités de WSP pour l'exercice clos le 31 décembre 2025, ainsi que le rapport de l'auditeur indépendant s'y rapportant. Avant de procéder à l'adoption des résolutions, j'aimerais commenter brièvement la procédure de vote. Chaque action WSP confère à l'actionnaire une voix à l'égard de toutes les questions devant être traitées à l'Assemblée. Le résultat des points devant être soumis au vote sera déterminé par la majorité des voix exprimées à l'Assemblée par les actionnaires présents ou représentés par procuration. Comme l'avis de convocation à l'Assemblée indiquait la date limite pour soumettre les procurations étaient le 5 mai 2026 à 11 heures. Les scrutateurs m'ont informé que sur la base des procurations reçues avant l'Assemblée, environ 78% des actions permettant de voter à l'Assemblée seront votées aujourd'hui. La majorité le seront en faveur de chacun des points soumis au vote. Tout actionnaire inscrit au fondé de pouvoir n'ayant pas encore voté par procuration ou qui désire changer son instruction de vote peut le faire durant la partie formelle de l'Assemblée via l'appareil de vote si vous êtes présent en personne ou via la plateforme en ligne Lumi si vous participez virtuellement. Aucune action n'est requise si vous avez déjà voté et ne désirez pas changer votre instruction de vote. Veuillez noter que les résultats des votes finaux seront divulgués par communiqué de presse et déposés sur CEDAR dans les 24 prochaines heures. Afin de simplifier et d'accélérer les procédures au cours de la réunion, nous avons demandé à des actionnaires participants à l'Assemblée de présenter chacune des propositions aujourd'hui. Alors, je vous rappelle que si vous êtes un actionnaire inscrit ou un fondé de pouvoir dûment nommé et que vous souhaitez poser une question relative à un des points à l'ordre du jour de l'Assemblée, vous pouvez le faire durant la partie formelle de l'Assemblée en soumettant votre question via la plateforme en ligne Lumi, ou si vous êtes présent en personne en vous présentant au microphone situé au centre de la salle. Vous devrez alors vous identifier comme actionnaire inscrit ou fondé de pouvoir afin de poser votre question. Nous tiendrons une autre période de questions à la fin de l'Assemblée pour toute autre question de nature générale, incluant toute question relative aux états financiers annuels de la société. Passons à l'élection des administrateurs. Le Conseil a fixé à 9 le nombre d'administrateurs devant être élus à l'Assemblée. Le parcours de chacun des candidats est décrit plus en détail dans la circulaire de sollicitation de procuration datée du 20 mars 2026, laquelle contient la liste de 9 candidats à l'élection au poste d'administrateur. Les candidats sont Christopher Cole, Martine Ferland, Éric Lamarre, moi-même Alexandre Lheureux, Suzanne Rancourt, Linda Smith-Galipeau, Pascal Souris, Maquital et Claude Tessier. Quentin Weber, un actionnaire de la société, est disposé à proposer la candidature des 9 personnes soumises à l'élection au poste d'administrateur de la société.
Merci, M. Lheureux. Mon nom est Quentin Weber et je suis un actionnaire de la société. Par la présente, je propose la candidature des 9 personnes suivantes comme administrateurs de groupe WSP Global. Christopher Cole, Martine Ferland, Éric Lamarre, Alexandre Lheureux, Suzanne Rancourt, Linda Smith-Galipeau, Pascal Souris, Maquital et Claude Tessier.
Merci, Quentin. Je déclare maintenant la période de mise en candidature close. Je confirme que chacune des personnes mises en candidature a confirmé être prête à siéger au conseil d'administration et que chacune de ces personnes est admissible à titre d'administrateur en vertu des dispositions de la loi canadienne sur les sociétés par action. Je vous rappelle que la période de vote est en cours durant toute la partie formelle de l'Assemblée. Les actionnaires inscrits au fondé de pouvoir qui souhaitent voter peuvent le faire via l'appareil de vote. Et si vous êtes présent en personne ou via la plateforme en ligne Lumi, si vous participez virtuellement. La proposition ayant été dûment faite et en me basant sur les votes préliminaires, je déclare la proposition adoptée et chacun des administrateurs dûment élus jusqu'à la prochaine Assemblée annuelle ou jusqu'à l'élection de son remplaçant. La seconde résolution concerne la nomination de l'auditeur indépendant pour l'exercice financier en cours et l'autorisation accordée au conseil d'administration de WSP d'établir sa rémunération. La direction et le conseil d'administration de WSP croient opportun de nommer la firme comptable PricewaterhouseCoopers comme auditeur indépendant de WSP jusqu'à la prochaine assemblée annuelle. Brittany Forget Brooks, une actionnaire de la société est disposée à faire la proposition nécessaire relativement à la nomination de PricewaterhouseCoopers. Pardon, Brittany.
Merci, M. Lheureux. Mon nom est Brittany Forget-Brooks. Je suis une actionnaire de la société. Par la présente, je propose que PricewaterhouseCoopers soit nommé comme auditeur indépendant de WSP jusqu'à la prochaine assemblée annuelle et que le conseil d'administration de WSP soit autorisé à établir sa rémunération.
Merci, Brittany. Je rappelle aux actionnaires inscrits et fondés de pouvoir que la période de vote est toujours en cours via l'appareil de vote ou la plateforme en ligne. La proposition a été dûment faite et en me basant sur les votes préliminaires, je déclare la proposition adoptée que la firme PricewaterhouseCoopers est dûment nommée comme auditeur indépendant de WSP jusqu'à la prochaine assemblée annuelle et que le conseil d'administration de WSP est autorisé à établir sa rémunération. Nous passons maintenant à la proposition portant sur le vote consultatif non contraignant sur la rémunération des membres de la haute direction qui est détaillée dans la circulaire de sollicitation de procuration qui a été mise à la disposition des actionnaires en prévision de cette assemblée. Quentin Weber, un actionnaire de la société, est disposé à faire la proposition nécessaire relativement à l'adoption de la résolution non contraignante portant sur la rémunération des membres de la haute direction.
Mon nom est Quentin Weber et je suis un actionnaire de la société. Par la présente, je propose que la résolution consultative suivante soit adoptée. Il est résolu, à titre consultatif et non afin de réduire le rôle de responsabilité du conseil d'administration de groupe WSP Global Inc., que les actionnaires de la société acceptent la formule de rémunération de la haute direction expliquée dans la circulaire de sollicitation de procuration de la société, datée du 20 mars 2026, transmise en prévision de l'Assemblée annuelle des actionnaires de 2026 de la société.
Merci Quentin. Je rappelle aux actionnaires inscrits et fondés de pouvoir que la période de vote est toujours en cours via l'appareil de vote ou la plateforme en ligne. La proposition ayant été dûment faite et en me basant sur les votes préliminaires, je déclare la proposition adoptée. Les questions à l'ordre du jour de l'Assemblée sont maintenant épuisées. Brittany Forget-Brooks, une actionnaire de la société, est disposée à proposer la levée de la proposition formelle de l'Assemblée.
Mon nom est Brittany Forget-Brooks. Je suis une actionnaire de la société. Par la présente, je propose la levée de la portion formelle de l'Assemblée.
Merci Brittany. La proposition de lever la portion formelle de l'Assemblée ayant été dûment faite, je déclare la proposition adoptée et la portion formelle de l'Assemblée 2026 des actionnaires du groupe WSP Global Inc. levée. Je tiens à remercier nos actionnaires de nous avoir élus en tant qu'administrateurs pour une nouvelle année. Nous nous efforçons de répondre à vos attentes et d'honorer votre confiance. Before we cover WSP recent progress, I want to recognize an important milestone for our company. As shown in today's opening video, this month marks 20 years since WSP became a publicly traded company. WSP has fundamentally transformed in scale, capability, and global impact since our initial public offering on the TSX on May 25th, 2006. At that time, we were an engineering company with less than 1,200 employees. Guided by a vision rooted in our local community, we mostly operated in Quebec. While we have grown into one of the world's leading professional services firm with a team of nearly 83,000 professionals, we remain proudly headquartered in Montreal. Throughout the years, we have maintained our agile and entrepreneurial spirit, combining global reach with global expertise to advance our ambitions. Today, we hold the number one position across our core sectors. We're a collective of engineers, scientists, and advisors, world shapers, and visionaries dedicated to sustainable and meaningful solutions. And our brand embodies technical excellence, client focus, and a relentless drive to innovate. Building on this momentum, we are well positioned to pursue new opportunities and accelerate our impact within the professional services universe. To propel our ambitions further, we launch our 2025-2027 Global Strategic Action Plan, Pioneer Change for Empowered Growth. It reflects our unwavering commitment to challenge conventional limits, redefine possibilities, and serve as catalyst of transformation, driving the modernization of our industry and shaping a more innovative, sustainable future. In its first year, we have made strong progress. In 2025, we achieved solid net revenue growth, robust profitability, and record levels of free cash flow and backlog, a testament to our diversified platform. And in year one of our strategic action plan, we have grown our net revenues by 14.7%, adjusted EBITDA by 17.2%, and adjusted net earnings per share by 19%. We strengthen our balance sheet and preserve our flexibility. We continue to invest in expertise that differentiates our business, in systems that support high performance, and in capabilities to drive future growth. Client demand is responding to structural forces reshaping economies and communities, including aging infrastructure, the energy transition, water security, urbanization, and digital transformation. Across sectors, clients are investing to increase resilience and prepare for what's next. We are well positioned to support these priorities, and clients increasingly look to WSP for the depth of understanding and leadership they require. To further broaden and strengthen our balanced portfolio, we pursue strategic acquisitions in high-growth markets. En juin 2025, nous avons fait l'acquisition de Lexica, une firme de services conseils spécialisée en soins de santé et en sciences de la vie au Royaume-Uni. Cette transaction a permis d'ajouter 90 experts pour soutenir nos ambitions de croissance en services conseils. Puis en octobre, nous avons conclu l'acquisition de Ricardo, une firme mondiale de services conseils en stratégie et ingénierie à la croisée du transport, de l'énergie et de l'environnement. Établie au Royaume-Uni, l'entreprise exerce ses activités dans plus de 20 pays, dont certains marchés clés pour WSP comme le Royaume-Uni, l'Australie et les Pays-Bas. Les équipes spécialisées de Ricardo apportent une expertise différenciée, y compris en transport ferroviaire, en qualité de l'air, en gestion de l'eau, en résilience énergétique et en stratégie liée à l'élaboration de politiques. Ensemble, nous renforçons la valeur que nous offrons aux clients qui évoluent dans des environnements complexes, réglementés et en constante transformation. Enfin, en décembre, nous avons accueilli Harmonic Analytics, un cabinet néo-zélandais spécialisé en sciences des données, dont l'expertise avancée en analytique vient compléter et enrichir notre offre numérique et de services conseils. Parallèlement, consolider notre position de chef de file en énergie est demeuré une priorité stratégique. L'acquisition Power Engineers réalisée en 2024 continue de dépasser nos attentes avec une croissance interne soutenue l'an dernier et un bassin d'occasion qui génère de nouvelles possibilités pour nos équipes et nos clients. Nous avons propulsé cet élan en février grâce à une transaction déterminante, l'acquisition de TRC, une marque de premier plan dans le secteur de l'énergie aux États-Unis, qui offre des solutions couvrant l'ensemble du cycle de vie des infrastructures. En accueillant 8000 professionnels de TRC, nous renforçons également nos capacités dans d'autres domaines à forte croissance, notamment l'eau, les infrastructures, l'environnement et les solutions numériques. Nous comptons désormais près de 26 500 professionnels aux États-Unis. Grâce à Power Engineer et TRC, WSP est prête à répondre à la demande croissante pour des systèmes énergétiques fiables. Le numérique est un de nos moteurs de croissance les plus dynamiques. En combinant l'ingénierie et les services conseils à des capacités numériques et d'intelligence artificielle avancée, nous remportons de nouveaux mandats et développons des revenus récurrents. Les clients cherchent à intégrer ces technologies à leur infrastructure. Ils se retournent vers nous parce que WSP offre l'expertise à laquelle ils ont confiance et parce que nous les appuyons de façon sécuritaire, responsable et à grande échelle. Nous développons aussi des alliances stratégiques avec des innovateurs de premier plan comme Microsoft. Dès la première année de ce partenariat, nous avons co-créé 2 solutions déjà utilisées par nos clients et Copilot a été largement déployé au sein de WSP. More broadly, we continue to strengthen how we operate. We progress our Horizon ERP deployments, unify our service model to better support the frontline, and expanded our Global Capability Center for greater agility. Together, this sharpens execution, reinforces operational discipline, and enables more seamless experiences for clients and employees. WSP's impact starts with our people. It's their technical know-how, dedication to clients, and commitment to sustainable progress that allow us to shape more resilient communities. Empowering our workforce is integral to our success. One way we do this is through our employee share purchase plan, Own It, a plan that enables our colleagues to become WSP shareholders. This way, our nearly 20,000 employee shareholders directly benefit from the value they help create and are truly connected to the company's success. We are very proud to offer an ownership plan with global reach, now available in 31 countries. And the number of employee shareholders continue to grow, reaching nearly 20,000 at the end of April. Equally vital to our success is the environment we cultivate for our people, ensuring that their contributions and growth are continually supported. As we strive for operational excellence and sustainable progress, fostering a workplace where our team feels empowered and valued is at the heart of everything we do. We remain focused on developing talent from within and becoming the preferred home for engineers, scientists, and advisors. In 2025, we launched our internal FIRST framework, established clearer pathways for advancement, and invested in development programs centered on leadership, client engagement, and executive readiness. This continues to strengthen a culture that values excellence, agility, and innovation at every level. As we look to the future and continue to build on our achievements, we will be sharing more on our people initiatives, environmental performance, and governance progress in our sustainability report to be published on May 13. It highlights how sustainability is embedded in both our strategy and our client work, and it provides a comprehensive view of how WSP continues to advance responsibly. Before I close, I want to directly address the rise of artificial intelligence and how we think about its role at WSP. We view AI as an enabler, not a substitute for expertise. Our work is rooted in the physical world, where infrastructure decisions carry long-term implications. And in a space defined by high-stakes complexity and uniqueness, we have the scale required to leverage AI fully and safely. Clients rely on us for judgment, accountability, and outcomes they can stand behind. These responsibilities cannot be outsourced to algorithms. Every project we deliver is shaped by distinct conditions, regulatory requirements, and stakeholder expectations. While AI is probabilistic by nature, our clients expect certainty, assurance, and informed decision-making. This is where our engineering, science, and advisory expertise continues to differentiate WSP. Applied deliberately and responsibly, AI helps us move faster, drive innovation, and sharpen our solutions to complex challenges. At the same time, it is reshaping client expectations, reinforcing the value of partners who can combine advanced technologies with deep domain expertise and disciplined execution. The fundamentals and market trends underpinning our industry remain very strong, and AI is opening up new opportunities. At WSP, AI does not displace our work, it augments it. It strengthens the value we deliver to clients, and our people's expertise and creativity remain at the center. On that note, I want to thank our teams and clients for their commitment and trust, our shareholders for their confidence, and our board for its steady guidance and oversight. We will continue to scale with discipline, execute consistently, and accelerate where opportunities is strongest. And with the depth and diversity of our platform, I want to underscore my high confidence in our team's capacity to deliver on our strategic action plan objectives and to keep creating long-term value for our shareholders. J'aimerais maintenant inviter notre chef de la direction financière, Alain Michaud, à commenter notre performance financière à ce jour. Merci.
Merci Alexandre. Bon matin tout le monde. Bonjour. Good morning everyone. 2025 was a strong year for WSP. marked by the launch of our 3-year strategic plan. We delivered a strong full-year performance, reaching the high end of our financial outlook. Revenues and net revenues reach approximately $18 billion and $14 billion, up 13% and 15% respectively compared to 2024. We also reported a record high backlog of $17 billion in 25, equivalent to approximately 11 months of revenue. Adjusted EBITDA grew to $2.6 billion, up 17% compared to 24. Adjusted EBITDA margin increased to 18.3%, up approximately 40 basis points from 2024, in line with our strategic ambition. Adjusted net earnings were up 23%, stemming from accretive acquisition and continued significant productivity gain. As for our cash position, I'm very pleased with our performance in 25. Our full-year free cash flow totaled $1.7 billion, representing 1.8 times net earnings attributable to shareholders. This strong outcome reflects our ongoing focus on working capital management. Hier, nous avons publié nos résultats du premier trimestre, marquant un solide début pour l'année 2026. Les produits des activités ordinaires nettes ont enregistré une croissance conforme à nos perspectives financières. Sur le plan de la profitabilité, la marge du BAYA s'est améliorée de 80 points de base et le BAYA ajusté a atteint la limite supérieure de notre fourchette prévisionnelle. De plus, le résultat net ajusté par action a augmenté de 26%, dépassant nos attentes. Nous avons réitéré nos perspectives financières pour l'année 2026, à l'exception d'une augmentation de notre fourchette de BAYA ajusté, qui se situe maintenant entre 3,05 et 3,18 milliards de dollars. Pour finir, la performance financière est au rendez-vous, portée par une croissance soutenue et un carnet de commandes bien garni. Ce bon départ reflète les perspectives favorables de notre industrie, ainsi que l'élan positif de nos activités. Merci. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Merci, Alain. Now we would like to open things up for the shareholder questions. We will start by answering the questions our shareholders and duly appointed proxy holders sent through the web portal in the order that they were received. If you are a duly identified registered shareholder or proxy holder and wish to ask your question verbally, you can do so by using the microphone located at the centre of the room. Please note that we will answer as many questions as possible within the allocated time. Any questions we do not get to during the time available will be addressed on our company website, WSP.com, under the 2026 Annual Meeting of Shareholders page in the Investor section. If we receive similar questions, we will combine them together. Your questions should be addressed to the CEO, who will answer the questions or redirect them as needed.
It appears that we have not received any questions through the web portal at this time, so we will take questions from shareholders and duly appointed proxy holders present in the room. So if you have a question, please come to the microphone. Before asking your question, please state your full name, confirm whether you are a shareholder or a duly appointed proxy holder.
Bonjour, good day. I'm Daniel Gauthier as a shareholder. And thank you for your presentation and congratulations on your 20th anniversary this year of your IPO in 2006. My question is regarding your acquisition strategy. Can you please tell us how you think about growing WSP? And do you have a dedicated team for sourcing potential acquisitions? Thank you.
Thank you. Look, our acquisition strategy has always been closely linked to our organic growth strategy. I always like to say that acquisition is not a strategy. It's a mean to execute on your strategy. So we've always had a very clear vision of what we wanted to become. We want to become the leading professional services firm in our space and in our market and what we do. And M&A has always been a mean, amongst others, to execute on this strategy and to access that plan. So in terms of the process that we follow in terms of M&A, I mean, frankly, it's quite simple. I always look at 4 criteria when we look at M&A, and they are as follows. First, is there a strategic imperative to do this transaction? So as I said before, M&A is not a strategy, but it's a mean. So when we unveiled our plan in 2024, we said, for instance, that power would be at the center of our next 3-year strategy. So when Power Engineer and TRC came into play, we believe that there was a strategic imperative to pursue those acquisitions, number one. Number two, is there a cultural fit between what we aspire to be and what we aspire to become and this firm? We need to remember that, as I said before, we're led by people, and we exist because of our people. And therefore, the cultural fit is extremely important when you look into an acquisition. The third one is, can we immediately create shareholder value? And can we then, in the future, continue to create shareholder value? Again, I'm here because I have fiduciary duty to create shareholder value for those who are entrusting us. And that's something that we are going to look into very, very carefully. And the last one, which is oftentimes overlooked by companies that are completing acquisitions, and why some companies are going sideways when they do complete acquisitions, is they don't ask the question, can I integrate it? Because it can make sense strategically. The culture and the fit on paper may be there. It can make sense on paper, and we think we are going to create shareholder values. But at the end of the day, can you integrate the transaction? And that's always a question that we are going to review very carefully upstream before we consummate the transaction, so that we don't find ourselves in a deadlock position where we have answered the first 3 criteria, but have not been in a position to answer the 4th one. And that's something that I do not alone. I'm supported by an incredible team. We have our general counsel here that is leading the acquisition effort, or the team effort, combined with our finance team and our global CFO. And last but not least, whether I look at a transaction of 5 million or we look at one of north of 3 billion like we did last year, I always consult with our board. They've been an incredible sounding board to the leadership team and the management team. And because I feel our board understand our strategy, I can consult with them and obviously and look at what is best for the company.
Thank you, and keep up the great work.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you. Good morning. Hussein Aram, I'm a proxy. One was CFO, one was CEO. For the CFO, speaking of the AI, any change to your billing dynamic, how you charge your client? Just give us in the cuts. There's nothing perfect. And for the CEO, any exposure to Germany, and how much you're exposed to Germany given the expanding fiscal policy? Thank you.
Alain, you want to start?
No impact at this point. No, there's no conversation with client. No.
So Germany is an interesting topic. Right now, I would say that our Central European presence is subscale by our standard. We have like close to 4,000 people. We operate actually in France. We operate in the Netherlands. We operate in Spain, Italy. We operate in Belgium and a few other countries, and also in Germany. Germany is a highly fragmented market, and obviously the professional services universe in Germany is such that if you want to service a client in any given province or canton in Germany, you need to have a footprint. So for us, Germany is early days, I would say. So we have close to, we have a few hundred people at this point in time. We do service global clients from Germany. And obviously Germany is such an important country in Europe that this is going to be an ongoing review of our strategy for Germany, and time will tell in the years to come whether we can look into having a better and bigger position in the country. But I would say it's like I said, we have a few hundred people, so anything between 20 to 30 million right now. It's fairly small. Any other questions? Okay, questions. Alex, are there any more? Are there any more questions from shareholders present in the room? Sorry.
That's the question.
I'm so well prepared today. Any more questions, Alex? No more questions. Okay, you take one more. Yeah, sorry.
In the last call, the organic growth was a little tame. Can you talk about your organic growth outlook for the next 12 months?
The outlook?
Yeah.
Between 4% and 7%.
Okay, versus last year, which was?
We were more like lower than that last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks.
Any other questions? Alex, others? No? I think that's it. So if no questions in the room, it appears that there are no questions submitted through the online platform either, and none in the room anymore. So I will now turn it over to our chairman to conclude this meeting. And I once again thank you all for your continued support. Thank you.
Well, we thank you very much for attending the 2026 Annual Shareholder Meeting of WSP. I believe we have everything it takes to build on this tremendous legacy and further deliver value for our clients, employees, communities, and our shareholders. I therefore thank you, and I thank you very much for attending this meeting this morning. I wish you a good day. Merci.